This is Matt Roush, Technology Editor at WWJ News Radio 950, and I'm here at the Michigan Energy Conference at Ferris State University in Big Rapids, and I'm with today...
Bill DeBone.
Okay, and your title?
I'm a nighttime instructor for the local, UA Local 174.
Okay, that's plumbers and pipe fitters, right?
Plumbers and pipe fitters.
Okay,
yeah,
and you have a very nice semi-trailer here that's full of energy-efficient equipment, so let's take a look. What are you showing here?
I'll give you a shot here.
Okay.
Okay, what we've done is we've assembled a bunch of equipment. At the nose end of the trailer here, we got mostly HVAC type stuff, and then we work into plumbing. But I'll start over here. We have this is a Munters brand heat exchanger. What this thing does is it'll take like exhaust air.
Uh-huh.
It has two different air sources. You're going to have exhaust going through, and it recaptures the heat and brings back the heat back in the building by bringing in outside air and putting the heat back in the outside air.
And so I see you have it over a hotel air conditioner there that kicks heat out the back, right?
They just happen to be stacked. They're
okay.
not connected. But the hotel air conditioner, the point in having that in here is to show that hotels can save a lot of energy by not having central station equipment. They have all these separate units, and the rooms they're not using, they can shut off. That saves them a lot of energy and a lot of money.
All right.
And it's a works in a drawer thing. What they do is this will pull right out. Maintenance people can take it, repair it, throw another one in the hole, that kind of thing.
Okay.
The reason I've covered that is I'm a service guy. I do service work daytime, full time, and I do some night classes at the hall.
Okay.
Okay. And this is a water source heat pump or a geothermal type of heat pump. Basically, you're taking an air conditioning unit and you're taking heat out of the water that you're pumping through there with the air conditioning system. You're actually extracting the heat from the water, or you're extracting the heat from the air when you're trying to cool. Cool, putting it in the water to get rid of it.
Right. So you're taking that requires a groundwater well.
Groundwater or some sort of a loop system.
Okay.
In a commercial application, what we do is we have one big loop in the building. We have a bunch of these little things for spot cooling throughout the building for all the different offices, maybe multi-story building or a big complex, and they just maintain a water loop, and they have a boiler to add heat to the loop, and they have a tower that can get rid of the heat from the loop, and we maintain the loop, and then these things can spot cool their areas right off this. So that's why we call it a water source.
All right.
Okay, and at the same time, it will, in this case, we've got it set up so that we can adjust whether we're heating or cooling, space heating or cooling, and we also have, I don't know if you can see that with your camera.
Yep, sure can.
These are all radiant panels. This whole ceiling is radiant panels. These two are upside down so you can see what they look like. But these are all piped up so that we can pump hot or cold water in there to help heat and cool the space.
Huh.
All right? Same with the floor. The floor has that. That's why that's open like that.
Okay.
We're standing on all that also.
So you've got heated and cooled floors and ceilings in this.
Correct.
Wow. And you could have that in a building if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
And in here, it's all for show in here. We don't have enough of a water source to make these work for any length of time. That's why it's cold in here today.
Okay.
But anyways, then we're getting into, I'll stay with an HVAC.
Okay.
This is a demonstrator to show a high efficiency motor. This is a new motor on the market.
Okay.
Fairly new motor on the market, and the whole point was it was designed as a retrofit so that if you have an old blower you're working on and the motor dies on it, you can replace it with this off the shelf. You go to the supply house.
Yep.
It's a little more expensive, but it uses a lot less energy.
Okay.
Okay, and it is a very energy efficient motor.
Okay.
And it's a demonstrator. I could turn it on, but it wouldn't do you much good on the video.
All right.
Okay.
And here we have plumbing fixtures for.
Plumbing fixtures.
Yep.
Probably by now you've heard that they have all these low flush rate plumbing fixtures. That's what these are. This very first one here is a waterless urinal. No water goes to this thing. It uses a chemical or a chemical cartridge, and that chemical helps neutralize acids and salts and helps with bacteria and so on.
Okay.
And eventually that will have to be, there's a maintenance issue with that a little bit. But there's no water used, and water is becoming a big commodity. That's why we're looking at the plumbing fixtures. Each one of these is a low flow type of fixture. But more importantly, what we've done is we've got this demonstrator built so that you can see all the different sinks and labs, and there's a shower here.
Yep.
What these things do is we collect what's called gray water. And gray water is anything that comes from a lavatory or a shower. It can't come from a food source like a kitchen sink, and it can't come from, obviously, from the toilets.
Right.
And I don't think you can get it from a washing machine. But we collect the gray water into a gray water system. This is a gray water tank. And that gray water is filtered and slightly processed, and it can be reused and flush the toilets. So we're actually using that water twice before we get rid of it.
Okay, got it.
That's the intent there.
Okay.
And then each one of these is a different style. Some of them are hands-free, some of them are special joystick style, just various types.
Okay.
And then
Right
we have
at the
a
end here?
high-efficiency washing machine, just like most people have probably seen that already.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we have a solar. This is the storage tank, but we have a solar system that the collector's outside the trailer. We roll it out and hook it up with hoses. And if it was a really bright sunny day, you could see this one working because they work really well.
All right.
And the whole point in this is it's basically free. You know, it's free heat.
Yep.
Getting it from the sun.
Okay.
We have solar collectors on the roof.
Yeah.
And those are photovoltaic. They do power.
Okay.
So they're creating power.
So those charged batteries that run the lights in here, that kind of
Yes,
thing?
we have batteries up in the nose of the trailer, and we have a way of collecting that power.
And then an inverter to turn it to,
and all that.
to
Yep.
turn it to AC.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
No problem.